Welcome to Just Lube and Go NC. Today we're working on a 2018 Hyundai Elantra 2.0. As you can see, we're pulling out the dipstick to check the oil level. The first reading is never accurate because the engine is running and oil level will be all over the place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean up the dipstick, we're going to reinsert it, and we're going to check the level for the accurate reading of the level of the motor. As you can see, it's at the very bottom of the dipstick, which means he is running well low beyond the required amount of oil in that motor. Okay, so we're gonna put our dipstick back in now. We're gonna grab our Amsoil engine flush. We're gonna insert it right where we put the motor oil. What this does, it cleans out the motor oil. What it does, it grabs any sludge, any carbon buildup within in the pistons and stuff like that. And what it does, once it makes the oil nice, like a watery substance. You'll see it once we drain it. We're gonna use a funnel here, just so that way we use all of it, get all of it into the motor, make sure there's no spills, make sure it all goes in and get a nice, good cleaning of this motor. So we got our engine flush on in. We're gonna put our cap back on the motor so when we start it up, there's a proper seal on that motor, no oil shoots up. So right here, we're gonna use our Amsoil PI gasoline cleaner. We're gonna walk over to see this. For the Hyundai, you have to open the gas tank from the inside of the car. And from there, open we got right here a 17mm socket. You see that here, 17mm. Go ahead and break this. Coming out like water because we ran the engine flush, and the Amsoil engine flush pretty much breaks down all the carbon deposits that's been building up in the engine. And what it does is it makes it, once you run it for 15 minutes, in this case, because the oil change interval was extended, which means he ran over his mileage by over 1,000 miles, we went ahead and ran it for 20. And as you can see, it's pouring out everything that it needs to come out. So we're gonna let that drain out real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and prepare to loosen the filter. And I guarantee you, his next 25,000 miles will be a lot better than his last 1,000. So stay tuned. As you can see, that baby was smoking. All right, you guys, we got the plug tight. We're gonna check it before we add the oil. One more time, but we're going to loosen the filter here. Sometimes I usually try to grab it by hand, which I'm doing now. I got some movement. It's pretty cold out here. It's not that cold, but it's cold enough. So So I'm gonna grab my filter plier here and just loosen her up. There she goes. But yeah. Sometimes doing this thing yourself or paying somebody to do it, it is what it is. So what I'm gonna do is what I always kind of do, just let it drain a little bit. And the unique thing I like about these Hyundais is, especially this model, is that you can kind of like, you have enough room to put your hand in and kind of like move it on your own. Just keep your oil pan, you know, whatever you're draining in, just keep it right under it. And then once it comes down to that nice little drip, you know, nice little steady. Kind of just grab it here. Reduces the mess, reduces the cleanup, reduces the oil burn, reduces the oil, what I'm gonna say. It just reduces a whole lot of extra cleaning that you need to do in general. So this was a Amsoil filter here. Hold on. Previous here, always use Amsoil. But yeah, that's easy. Gonna have guys a quick look. Bam, there. We're gonna go ahead and clean that up real quick. Grab my rag and clean that up. Wipe that here, wipe that here. Got a little oil right here. That's all right. That's light compared to having a whole bunch of oil drip down your arm, ain't it? Yep. Man, sometimes you gotta be a little patient and just let it drip on its own. And yeah. So let me go ahead and grab this the new filter here, put some oil in it, and then I'll be back. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and pour some oil into this filter here. We're gonna start what we call prepping the filter. It allows I can't say that. It prevents hard start. So sometimes when you go to a quick lube spot and they'll start your car, go ahead and get my finger wet here. Get around the seal. Get around the seal here. Want to make sure you get that right there so it don't, when you change it the next time, it don't stick, right? So it does not stick. So that's what you want to do, prep it. That way when you start the engine, oil already be in there, it'll already be cycled through, so that way you won't have that nice hard start. So we're gonna go ahead and slap this thing on. Yeah, we're putting the filter back in right here. There we go. Get my rag, make sure I get a good grip on it. Always want to make sure you get a good grip. Out the way. All right, it's tight. Nice 3/4 turn. Not necessarily, but I think I just got it nice and hand tight. Which all you really need to do it. They say do 3/4 turn, but let's get nice and hand tight. It's probably what I end up doing anyway, but my little metrics be off. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all, but just make sure you get nice and hand tight. That's all you need to really do for it. It's right there. So we're gonna check. We're gonna grab about 17 mil socket. Make sure it's going the tight way. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So make sure I get this thing on. All right, so it's on. Nice and tight, right? Nice and tight. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to fill up here now. This thing takes 4.2 quarts of 5W20. Right now we're using the Signature Series Amsoil, guaranteed for 25,000 miles or 1 year, whichever one comes first. So what I usually do is after I prep the filter, I always use the same quart bottle that I use to prep the filter first, so that way I have full accountability of the quarts of oil that I'm using for accuracy of filling, to prevent overfilling and preventing engine damage. All right. All right, guys, so she's all filled up. She has 4.2 quarts as of now of Amsoil Signature Series in her. We're gonna go ahead and start her up. We're gonna check the drain plug, we're gonna check the oil filter just to make sure they're tight. Then we're gonna drop her down and just to make sure that the oil level is nice and at where it needs to be. All right, be back. What's up, man? How you living? Good, man. No draining, no leak, no leaks. We'll come back after 5 minutes. We're gonna drop her down, and we're gonna check it just one more time. And now she's not leaking from the plug. She is not leaking from the filter, so that's good. The next 5 minutes, we will double check. Ran up for 5 minutes. We got it nice and down on a level surface. So we're gonna go ahead and pull a dipstick. We're gonna clean it off. And then we're going to double check the levels. And if we need to add any, we will do so. But as you can see here, I don't know if you can see, it has, well, I had it upside down, my bad. So that's the full right here. That's the low. When we pulled the stick, it was down here, so well low. So we needed to be here. All right, let's see where we're at. 4.2, 25,000 miles, 1 year. Where we at? Just shy. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more, and just because it's already been cycled through, the oil has already been cycled through the filter. It's ran for 5 minutes. There were no leaks. We found no drips underneath the car. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to Just Lube and Go. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and be tuned for more videos, all right? And y'all have a great and blessed day. Peace. She took 4.4 quarts of 5W20. 4.4.